Yo, what's up, Freeze Army, and welcome to the Silent Assassin Suit Only walkthrough for Hokkaido on professional difficulty. My name is Mr. Freeze2244. For this one, we're also going to be covering the Yesona Hendik challenge as well as the No Hard Feelings challenge. So that's 3 challenges in one for this particular video. Obviously, we're going to start with no equipment because that's how you start off with until you unlock other locations and stuff like that. You don't actually get your equipment until level 10. So we're going to once we start, we're going to grab that pair of scissors from the bathroom. And we're going to go over to, we need to go and get a gun, because there's going to be a few guards that are going to be in the area where we need to go and kill sodas. So we need to go and take out a few people, so we need to go and grab a gun in order for us to do that. Now, we're going to go in this corner over here in the courtyard, and we're going to slide down the pipe all the way down the bottom and climb through the window to grab a newer chip that's just laying on the bed. So when I say taking out the guards, what I actually mean is we have to knock out several people. It's unfortunate we have to do it this way, but until I find a better solution, this is going to be the solution there is. But it's very, very easy to do this anyway. It's relatively risk-free, so you don't need to worry about that too much. But when you want to grab this guard as fast as you can. Now, it's important you grab this guard before he goes up the stairs, otherwise you'll have to wait for him to come back down. But it's important to grab him first because it's going to be a long wait for him to come back down the stairs. So you're going to make sure you grab that guard, subdue him, and take his gun. Now, once you come in this area here, we're just going to edge along, press our body against this wall and put the gun on the floor just like that. So if you're on PS4, you want to push L1 and R1 together, then push the triangle button to place the gun on the floor. I'm not sure what the buttons are for Xbox and PC, but that's how you do it for PS4 in particular. We put the gun on the floor so the guard comes over and picks it up and takes it down the stairs. Now, we're going to stand in this exact position. Because when the guard comes through the door, he won't spot us. We're going to grab him, subdue him before he actually goes down the stairs. So once you've subdued him, you just want to pick up one of the guns that are off the floor, and then basically rinse and repeat this until all guards are clear. It can be a little bit boring, but we're going to have to keep doing the same thing. What you need to do for this particular one is play the peekaboo, wait for him to almost get completely suspicious on you, and he'll get a question mark above his head, and that's when you know he's going to come over to, figure out what he just saw. So he'll come over, see the gun on the floor, then he'll go off and alert a guard, and the guard will come down, and we'll be basically doing the same thing. We're going to stand in the same position, he's going to come through the door, we're going to subdue him, and we're going to keep rinse and repeat until all the guards are clear from that room. I think there's 4 of them, so it can take a while, but it is kind of a long thing, but it's very easy to do all this, and it's not really any risk involved when it comes to doing this particular walkthrough. So to do the peekaboo, all you need to do really is get him to see you, and then just before it reaches its peak of being spotted, you want to make sure you just break that line of sight, and then he'll get a question mark above his head, and then he'll come over to investigate. But I'm sure if you're on professional difficulty, you should know how to do that technique by now, considering you're at this stage of professional level. So if these 2 morgue doctors are actually facing the other way, we can throw the pair of scissors in the middle like that, and just to get this rolling a little bit faster. So he'll come over to investigate what that noise was, and in the meantime we're just going to drag these bodies down the stairs, and he will see the gun and go and alert the other guard. So we've actually taken out 2 at the moment. I'm going to fast forward this now until we've cleared out the guards. I don't want you to be sitting here watching all this stuff while you have to be doing it yourself. So for the benefit of the video, I'm going to fast forward through this part, and I'll see you in a minute. So once you're on your final guard, you can just subdue him and leave his body here. You don't have to drag his body down there. It should be your 4th guard. We're going to pick up one of the guns just in case we need it later, and we're going to play the peekaboo one more time, just to get one of these morgue doctors over here in this direction, so we can subdue him. We're going to take these 2 out as well, just to get them out of the area, just to avoid anything being complicated and like that. So we're just going to drag, take one of these guys out, subdue him from around the corner when the subdue option appears. And then we're going to walk up to the other guy and subdue him and dump his body in the locker that's nearby. Because if you don't dump his body in the locker nearby, the two guards that go into the security room a little bit later on will spot his body. So make sure you just do hide his body in this locker right here. So once you've done that, you're completely clear to go ahead and take out the cameras, so you'll have no more risks involved when you come in doing this next part. So it would be just like you're playing the normal mission. So now you've taken out those cameras, we're going to come over this direction. Watch out for the head turning of these two doctors though, and then activate the neurochip for remote control. So once you've done that, quickly get behind this door and then press your body against this wall here. Eventually he's going to come into the room to our left, and what we actually need to do is stay close behind him to get into that room. It's important that you do that, otherwise you'll have to mess around with deactivating the neurochip and then getting to come back out and then go back in. It's kind of frustrating, so you have to time it right, otherwise you'd have to have a long waiting period before he comes out and goes back in. So he's going to evict the two guards that are in the room now. So as soon as we have an opportunity, we're going to go in there. So we're going to close the door, because as soon as you leave the cover, it will close the door automatically. So to save time, we're going to close the door, wait for the guards to go past us, open it, and then try and get in that room as fast as we can. So go now. We didn't even need to crouch run there, we just crouch walked through that room. So once you're in here, we're just going to subdue the doctor that's inside. We're going to hide his body in the little crate right here, and then we're going to take out the heart, and that will complete the no hard feelings challenge once you've completed the level. They don't pop up during the mission anymore, they actually pop up during the end, because that's the difference for professional mode. Now you have to complete these ones, complete the mission to actually get through this now, to unlock the challenges. So once you've done that now, all we've got to pay attention to now is the two bodyguards that are in that security room. They should have the back to you, so you shouldn't need to worry about too much. So also, when you come up these stairs, you need to watch out for the security guards that are outside. There's going to be two facing the door and two patrolling. And also, Jason Portman is going to be coming up that corridor to our right, so he's going to be coming up with a nurse. The nurse is an enforcer, so you just need to watch out for her. We're going to wait and be patient again, wait for her to go past. We're going to wait for her to come up the stairs before we go past, because that's where we need to go. We need to go in the direction where that woman is actually coming from. So we're going to kill Yuki Yamazaki in the sauna, so that's the direction we need to go. And if we go outside, we are going to get spotted by those guards, so that's the reason why they're there. So we're waiting patiently for her to go up the stairs now. There's also going to be a patrolling guard that's going up and down. You'll see it on your instinct right there in front of us. We're actually going to wait for him to turn right before we actually go bypass him. Again, this is a super patient run, but it's relatively risk-free. I don't see how you can go wrong with this, really. So we're just going to wait patiently there. Now he's walked away. Watch out for the two guys in front of you. That's looking left and right. So there will be a head turning. From this point, you can just run all the way down to the bottom of the platform and go into the sauna room. Now there is going to be an extra guard that's coming in here and every now and then, so just before we go into this hide in the crate, we're just going to increase the temperature there and hide in the crate in here, because now there's a security guard that comes into this particular room now every now and then. So we're going to take him out of the situation in a moment, but for now we're just going to wait in this crate until he leaves again, so we can set that up. And what you actually could do, if you have enough time, you can actually put a gun in the corner of the room and get him to remove that out of the area, or you can subdue him and take him out. But just to be safe, I waited for one turn before he did that, and now we're going to drop the gun in the corner. So Yuki Yamazaki is going to come in the room momentarily. It's going to take her, a few seconds for her to come in the room, and then we're going to, suffocate her in there, and that's when we can leave the mission. And it's going to be as easy as that, really. Like I said, this is a really long way to do it, Silent Assassin Suit only, but it's a very, very safe way to do it. So if you want a guaranteed Silent Assassin Suit only for Hokkaido and professional difficulty, this is how you're going to do it. So Yuki Yamazaki's are just about to come in now, so we're just going to wait patiently. I've noticed with professional difficulty, a lot of it's all about patience when it comes to this. So this is really going to relate to all the pure stealth players out there. So just before the guard comes in, he's going to go into the corner, and he's going to detect the gun, and then we're going to subdue him just to remove him out of the situation. We don't have to hide his body, we can just leave him there. But Yuki Yamazaki should be in the sauna right now, so all you need to do is just block it off by holding that triangle button. Don't open the door by pressing it, just hold the button, otherwise you'll just open the door and ruin it. So make sure you hold that button to activate this little scene right there. But once you've done that, we can head straight to the exit. Any exit you choose from. I chose the jet skis because they're the snow peds, I should say, but because they're the closest exit there is. When you come down this this bankment though, make sure you just crouch as you come down, otherwise you will get hurt. But once you've exited the mission, and we skip the credits right there, you'll get all the challenges popping up for you. The No Hard Feelings challenge and the that challenge there, whatever how you pronounce it, and you'll get the Silent Assassin suit only challenges popping up for you as well. And that's pretty much going to do it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe here if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.